Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Sidelines Unite team call. I'm Tammy Ray, just excited to be with you. And it is March, what is it? March 12 already. Oh my goodness, March is already flying by. And tonight's topic is how to get someone started in their Arbonne business. We have the promotion going on right now about upgrading and sponsoring new consultants for half off. You know this, right? This is super exciting. So for the month of March into April, and the first half of April, new consultants can join for $39.50, and PCs can be upgraded to consultant for $19.50 instead of $59. So it's a great value. I've never seen Arbonne do this before in all my years, and so it's just an exciting time in Arbonne, and you know that they want us to focus on sponsoring consultants. So this is just a great reason to reach out to all of our PCs, all of the people who have kind of fallen away from Arbonne. It gives us a reason to call back and just see if anything has changed and to offer this amazing deal. So as we're sponsoring consultants, I just keep thinking that, you know, not every consultant coming in is a business builder, right? Have you guys found that? Have you noticed that the minute they pay their $79 consultant fee, they're not, you know, often not ready just to jump in and get started. Often they're just in a discovery phase, right? They're just kind of checking it out. And so my reason for doing this call right now was so that we can just decide, you know, have some key points to look at to decide who is indeed a business builder and who we're gonna, you know, work with to create an action plan to get started, because that's something that I've had to learn. I know I've scared people away because I just, you know, I'm so passionate about the business, and they might have just been in for the products and the bigger discount, and I'm all excited about, you know, helping them launch their career with Arbonne and earn income for a lifetime. And they're like, whoa, and then I never hear from them. Has anyone had that happen? Is it just me? Okay, so so I just thought this was an important time to talk about, you know, how to get people started and who we're going to get started. So how do we find business builders? It's from our system of 40 faces. That's our system, right? And we meet 40 faces each month by doing group presentations, by doing one-on-one appointments, and by doing our, you know, drop off RE9 kits. We meet people by sharing the healthy living plan, right? And so the people who are in the boot camps are great people to talk to about the business, because they're seeing results. They're seeing transformation. Their friends are seeing their transformation or asking them what they're doing. So these are great people to talk to. Hey, have you ever thought about doing something like this? Because wow, you've lost 10 pounds and people are asking you, and you know, maybe it's time you want to upgrade and become a consultant. So these are the people that we want to talk to about the business. But how do you know if they're a business builder? Well, I've heard it many times, and maybe you guys have too, that there's so many people that say they would love to build a business with Arbonne. However, their actions don't match what they say, right? So I've heard it said, I believe it was Cecilia Stoll even, who said, don't listen to a word people say, just watch what they do. So the business builders are the ones who are going to be plugged in. They're going to be on the team calls. They're going to be coming to our team meetings. They're going to be coming to as much as they can attend, because they're hungry to learn and they're hungry to connect. They're calling you. They're constantly in contact. So these are the people that you know are business builders. If you're having to call them and call them and call them and chase them, they're probably not a business builder. So that's just one little tip there for you. So in the words of Richard Brooks, who is, you know, a professional network marketer, he's been in the industry for 40 years, and he wrote For Your Career and Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire. I just love Richard Brooks. But he said that people aren't opposed to our products, and they're not opposed to making extra money with our income opportunity. But what people are opposed to and turned off by is our approach and the way that, you know, we're coming on too strong. And I'm just as guilty as anyone else. This is something that I've really had to learn and unlearn, just the way I'm being. In my husband's words, he's always telling me and coaching me to play hard to get, Tammy. You have to play hard to get, because I'm just like, I'm so excited, you know, and coming at people. And we just don't want that. That's what turns people off and repels them away from the business. So we need to, in Richard Brooks' words, he said that we just need to respect people exactly where they're at in that very moment, and respect that they know what's best for them, instead of us saying, oh, you should do this, this would be great for you, you should. Just respect that they know what's best for their life, and create this safe place where they would want to come back and continue to have the conversation. The other thing that people are hesitant about is they can't see them. This is, again, in the words of Richard Brooks, he says they just can't see themselves doing what we do. So the best thing that we could do is paint the picture, invite them to an event that we're doing. You know, I know Melinda's doing events at our home. What a great way for someone to get a visual to see if they could do what Melinda's doing, right? See her in action, watch her in action. And so if you're, you know, I encourage you to do events at your home, invite people in, invite people to bring some guests too. And, you know, you could also ask them to host, because then you could say, you know what, I know you're still a little bit hesitant about this. Don't worry about it. How about we just get a few people together, and, you know, I'll show you what I do in Arbonne, and then you can decide if this is something that you could see yourself doing too. What do you say? Either way, you're gonna, you know, experience some great products, and it'd be great information. So just kind of take the pressure off of the business and just allow them that time to process and decide if this is truly something that sparks their interest as far as a long-term business plan. And so, truthfully, most people, and this was hard for me to learn at first, so maybe you feel the same way, but truthfully, most people who say they want to build a business won't. And we just need to know that and arm ourselves with that information. But you know what? They're going to be amazing product users. So either way, it's all good, and they might pop up later. You just never know. Our job is just to connect with their network. So I want you to hear that too. The people that we're talking to may not be the people that are in our business long term, but the people that they lead us to might be. So we just have to kind of let go of all of our expectations that, oh yeah, these 3 friends would be great at this business, and I know they're going to join, and then they all say no. And then we feel like failures, and we beat ourselves up and say, Arbonne doesn't work. No, our job is to simply get and allow them to be wherever they need to be and respect their decision. But our job is to get into their networks by asking them to host, asking them to invite some friends, asking them for referrals. So that's the way our business is going to grow. Often it's not the first line that we're talking to, it's people that they know, a few people in, that are going to be in our business long term. So so the three top tips I just wanted to share before we get into some nitty gritty is, if you want to help someone get started, the 3 easiest things are to invite them to some events, because that's just easy, right? They don't have to clean their house, they don't have to do a thing. Just invite them to something that you're doing, right? So that they can get a picture of what the Arbonne culture is like, so that they can see if they can see themselves doing what we do. The second thing is we could ask them to host and, you know, get started on the products. Most people need to know if they love the products before they can feel comfortable sharing, right? So we want to ask them to host and just have fun and keep it light and not, you know, get too deep and, you know, too much pressure about a business or anything. We just want to have fun. We want to ask them who they think they would want to build a business with. You could even suggest a dream team kind of get together so that you could do multiple launches all at once, or worst case scenario, if all of the people that they thought would be great said no to the business, at least they're going to get started on some great products and be, you know, PCs or consultants under that person who wants to do the business. So our job as a consultant is to help our team spot business builders. So that's something that people who've, been in a little bit longer, we have that bird's eye view to see, you can spot the people who are super passionate, who are kind, who are positive, who are driven, who are adventurous, who are fun. We can spot those personalities and say, ooh, we need to see if we can have a coffee appointment with them. So it's great to partner with people, even within our team, to help them spot business builders and help them create that connection and show a bigger picture. And then the third tip is we need to help our new people who are looking at the business. We need to show them the money, right? We need to show them how to make money. So we're going to talk about, well, I'm just going to do it right now. We're going to talk about the money. It's been proven that if we can show people how to make cash quickly, they're going to stick with us for life, not just with the products, but working the business plan as well. So we want to educate our own selves on the bonus boosters, okay, that are out now and part of our success plan. We need to learn for ourselves how consultants can earn their own cash bonus and show them how they can make money. We're the CEOs of our own business, so we need to take charge and learn these things. We get paid for selling products, and we're also paid for team building. And that's something I had to learn too. When I first came into Arbonne, I was just all about selling products. I wasn't into the mindset of team building. And I want to keep bringing that up so that we can all kind of shift our mindset. That's both. We're going to stay exactly where we are if we only focus on selling products. We really need to focus on team building, and we can help build a team by showing people how to make money and how it can bless their lives. So I want you to know, and you can look this up for yourself if you go right into the source and type in ASVP for consultants. It's going to give you the sheet with all the ASVPs. It's going to give you the retail price. It's going to give you consultant price, the preferred client price, and it also gives you the commission of what you're going to earn off of those ASVPs. So for example, the RE9 anti-aging face ASVP, when a PC purchases an ASVP from you, the consultant will earn $46.65 commission. We need to know that. We need to know this for many reasons, but we need to show people how to earn money, right? So, for example, how much is it to come in as a new consultant? Say they're getting the Healthy Living set as a new consultant, that's $213 plus their sign-up fee, right, which is $39.50 right now. So, so what is that? That's like $260-ish. So if we want them to earn back their investment, how many ASVPs do they need to sell that month to get their investment back in a paycheck from Arbonne? This is the way we need to think and to show people how to make money so they don't feel like, oh, I can't afford to get started, right? So if they need to make $260, how many ASVPs is that? Like 5? Somewhere around there, someone type it in. But so 260-ish divided by 46 equals, so yeah, it's like 5.5 ASVPs is what they would need to sell in order to make their investment back. How many ASVPs do they need to sell to become a district manager? Does anyone know? Ooh, 10, you're right, Kendall, 10 ASVPs. So this is stuff that we need to know. Well, it's 10 to get into qualification, 20 to finish, actually. So 10 would be good, solid qualification, and 20 to finish. So think of, we need to talk in our commission and how people can make money, how people, can promote. So why should people promote? This is another thing. So did you know, so as a consultant, you make $46.65 off of the anti-aging face. But as a district manager with the 8% override, you're actually going to make $62.82 off of each one. Isn't that cool? Did you know that? We need to know that. Like, that's a big deal. Because think about it. If you go out and do a group presentation and sell 2 ASVPs, You're earning 120 bucks right there on the spot as a new district manager. I mean, who can do that in a matter of, an hour and a half work, earn 120 bucks right there? Like there's great money in Arbonne. We just need to know how to share it with people. As an area manager with the 8% override plus another 6%, you're earning $74.95 off that same anti-aging ASVP for the same work. So $46.65 as a consultant, $74.95 as an area manager. Is it worth it to promote? Yeah, this is stuff that we need to be able to share with people. So we need to share how they can earn money, how many sets they need to move to become a district manager. Play with those numbers. Get really comfortable with those numbers, because this is going to help us find our, be able to speak the language that the new people need to hear in order to decide to become a business builder. So I want to turn it over to Amy Bellinger at the moment and share with you a document that she's been using to help people get started and just to kind of define and refine what they're looking for in Arbonne. And this is something I want to just encourage you, and this is actually Carol's advice, to me and through me to you, that we don't, we want to kind of take people's temperature. One, we just want to be able to help them see if this is something that they could see themselves doing. We want to have fun. We want to make it light. So we don't want to throw all of this information at them if they're looking stunned. We just really want to meet some of their people, right? That's it. So I wouldn't pull this document out until they're really ready to see a plan and set a plan for themselves. Or if they're like an engineer and they need to see step by step what to look at. Okay, so I would kind of just feel out the person. Does that make sense? Is everyone okay with that? All right, so we're going to share screen. Here it is. And Amy, go ahead. Okay, you're unmuted.
Okay.
Go ahead. We'd love to hear how you're using this.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So I agree with everything Tammy said. I think it's really important that when we have somebody and we know that they want to build a business with Arbonne, that we let them know we're going to take them by the hand. We're not just going to throw them out there. We're going to help them, because it can be extremely overwhelming. And sometimes people don't really know what they want from Arbonne or what's even possible. So what I love about this action plan, it's in Born to Win Nation in our website, so it's extremely simple to find. We should all be taking advantage of the website when we're getting somebody started. So I love here, we always talk about our why. And so this is really simple. I think, Tammy, if you scroll, hey, Tammy, can you scroll down just a little? I'm so sorry. But, I think there's 10 listed here, which it doesn't seem so overwhelming when we say we need to have 21 reasons why. For a new person, that's a lot. So this just seems a little bit more manageable. And another thing I want to mention is I think it's really good if you can sit down with your new person and go over this document with them. They may not feel comfortable or be able to fill out every single thing when they're sitting there with you, but at least you can kind of guide them through it. So I think that's really important. Getting to the next section where it talks about their goals, they may not even know what can be a realistic goal. And so maybe we can help kind of guide them to putting their goals down, because we know that when we write something down, it's a lot more tangible. We can see it, we can believe it, we can make it happen, as opposed to just saying, oh, I'm going to be a district manager. Well, when do you want to be a district manager? What is your goal? And so I think that section's really good. And then if we scroll down a little more, obviously it goes into more goals here, how much time they're, really able to dedicate per week to the business. And this next section I think is extremely important. It talks about my dream team get together. And for example, I have a new consultant that started a couple of months ago, and she has been extremely coachable and has been really good about being receptive to this. So I said to her, write down your dream team. Who are 5 or 6 people that you really think would be great in this business, that you would love to do this business, whether they want to do it or not? Who would you like to hear the Arbonne story? And so I said, write this list of names down and let's set up a Zoom call. And so we did, and we offered a couple different days and times. We jumped on Zoom and we went over my favorite document, which is Arbonne for You. And if you guys aren't familiar with it, it's also on the website. I know it's in the Facebook groups too, but I love it because it really goes over everything, the business, the industry, the products, the compensation. It's super simple. It takes 20 minutes and it's really easy for people to invite their friends, coworkers, whomever on Zoom. So when I did this with my consultant, we got on Zoom. I did all the talking. She introduced herself. So there wasn't that pressure that she had to know what to do. But it was great because then we could do question and answer when we were done. And the other thing I love about it is when you have your new consultant invite people and you do this multiple times or you meet people for coffee, they're hearing it too. And then they become more comfortable doing it. And again, we can't decide if these people are going to be on their team, but we can help them make a decision. Maybe they want to be on the team. Maybe they just want to be a preferred client. Maybe they want to host. So I think that's extremely important to get people to hear is Arbonne for You. And then of course, going into launches. This is a big one too. I've, for several consultants now, told them they need to come up with 2 to 4 launch dates. And then when I help them create a Red Stamp app, use the Red Stamp app to create an invite, I'll have them list those 3 dates because then it gives people an option. So obviously I am available, my consultant is available, and we're saying, so-and-so is launching her business on these days, which one is best for you? So to have those down on paper sort of locks it into, which I think is really important. And then this next section, we're all wanting to get people to host for us. So it's another good thing to have people write it down. Then they can really see, okay, I have 2 people that have said they're going to host for me. I need to find 4 more, right? So when we see it, it makes it real. What's the next section here? And then of course it gets into, how their first order, what it's going to take to get into qualification, which like Tammy just said, being able to even talk about those ASVPs, I think that's so great because you can kind of break it down and say, okay, you need to sell 10 ASVPs to get into qual, right? That people can see that. Sure. So it's important to sit down with someone, figure this out while you're with them. And then the next section kind of talks about what we're talking here about your action plan, your reasons why. Then the next is the 100-person list and working on that. I like to sit down with my new consultant, but always set up a time to sit down with your new person and go over all these things and then make them aware, let them know when are our nation meetings, when are our team calls. It's so important that you let them know right off the bat so they can get these things in their calendar and make themselves available to be in there. And then I think there's one section left, right? Oh, of course, letting them know about GTC, being added to the Facebook groups. As our teams grow, that's the easiest way to communicate with everybody. So it's just important that they're tuning in. Obviously, SoundCloud, and of course, trying to earn the trip. So I think this document is great for getting somebody started, going through it with them, and just letting them know that you're there to walk them through it and to help them. So I think it's been really helpful.
I love it. Thank you, Amy. So you guys, have you been to, thank you, Amy. And first of all, I have to give you a shout out because Amy currently has 3 people in district manager qualification right now. And we are just cheering you on because you're a phenomenal leader. And what I love about everything that you just said is you're sitting beside them. You're on Zoom face to face. And you're with them every step of the way. And I love that because I think people are a little overwhelmed at first when they're, thinking about, okay, this is something I've never done before. I was a nurse. I wasn't a business person. It was a lot to get my head around. So it's true. We need to hold each other's hands and make each other feel like they're supported. And you definitely do that, Amy. You're an amazing leader. So thank you for sharing. And we're just going to open it up for questions and discussion, and I hope this has been helpful. So go ahead if anyone wants to add anything or.
I have a question. Amy, do you have this in Great Document? Because it's so simple.
It's in Born to Win Nation in the Getting Started section. Right, Tammy? Or we're getting it there.
Do you have it in an editable version?
I don't know, Kendall. We'll have to get back to you on that.
Okay.
Great question, because we do need to make a couple edits on that. We want to change hostess to host, so it's more, and take off the Thriving Nations Facebook page because we want to make it generic, whatever page you want to add your people to, that kind of thing.
Right. But it's a great document to, because when you first start somebody, there is so much to tell them. And I always feel like if you tell them too much, they get overwhelmed and shut down, they get confused. But then if you don't tell them enough, all of a sudden they're signing up people as PCs with no purchases. And you're like, no, what are you doing? Stop. So this is a great document. Thank you.
Kendall, I have that document. I think we pulled it from somewhere else and then changed it and made it a PDF to load it. So Tammy found it. I can change it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, if you can, I'll message you my email.
Okay.
Thank you, Melinda.
I love it. Was that helpful? Does that give you a little more confidence in getting someone started? I just want to hear your thoughts now. What are yes, Lisa.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a quick question. So you were talking about going on to the source and obtaining the ASV document that breaks everything down. What did you type into the source to find that document?
You type in, where is it? If you type in ASVP for consultants.
Okay, and so that'll list all the ASVPs and it'll break down how much we make from it as an area, district, region, and so on.
Well, it just breaks down the PC commission, but then we would have to add on the 8% and 6% override to get those other numbers.
We figure that out ourselves.
Yeah,
okay. Great.
But wasn't that fun? Wasn't that fun to think about? I didn't even know. I just learned that recently. Wow.
Yeah, no, that's helpful because that gives you a little bit more conversation piece about why you do the business and why you like those products and your commission, and that's important. People want to know, well, how much are you going to make?
Well, that's the thing. So if let's see here, I gotta find so basically if you are helping someone promote to district manager within 2 months, so 8 weeks, that's 2.5 ASVPs per week for 8 weeks. So that's not, you know what I mean? That's not like, it doesn't feel overwhelming when you break it down that much. It's 2.5 sets per week, and they're going to earn, where did I write that? $466.50 by selling 10 ASVPs in 1 month and 10 in the next month. So $466. And I don't think that even counts the consultant cash bonus and whatever. That's just commission. So I mean, that's a really nice check for a brand new consultant, as they're promoting to district. Don't you agree? Isn't that fun? I love it.
Yeah, it sounds great.
What else? Does anyone else have any questions? Do you want me to share screen again to show you Born to Win website? Do you want to just take a peek really quick? Let's just take a tour really quick. So let me see here. So the password is consultant in lowercase, and there's this nice getting started tab. And so under this let's get started, there's actually a checklist, a getting started checklist from Cecilia Stoll, the getting started action plan, and then help for when people are learning how to do their 60-second story. And then step 2, what to do with your 100-person list and beyond. There's a video in here on how to talk to people who you would like to invite to look at the business Okay, so you're kind of identifying the dream team from your 100-person list or 30-person list, whatever people can come up with. It's okay. Don't feel pressure to do 100. But the people that they're thinking they'd like to take a peek at Arbonne as a business, there's a video on that. There's a script, you know, and then talking about the funnel, how we start with the business, we lead with the business, and then we can ask them to host or, you know, just try some products or give a referral. That's kind of the funnel. And then in step 3, it's kind of how network marketing works as a business model. There's the compensation basic training on how we get paid, which I love. That's by Kathy Ray. And then learn about the products. These are all kind of the Arbonne corporate videos on the different product lines. So these are wonderful to share with people. And then setting up your business, ordering business cards, and then the opportunity videos, if you would like to share those. We just picked out a couple, and there's a whole place. There's 2-minute ones and the 6-minute corporate ones, and then a whole play set of different Arbonne success stories. So it's a great, you know, again, set of tools that you can use for your business. And then I just want to quick go over to consultant resources too. So we have presentations. You guys can go through all this. Presentation aids with all the ASVPs, the client care card. I know we were talking about that recently. Here's one version, which I do like. So there's a client care card that you could use at your presentations. So you can get everyone's information, whether they order or not. At least you're going to have a way to keep in contact with people. Your one-on-one appointments. There's so much in here. I'm not showing you this to overwhelm you. I just want you to see how much information is at your fingertips. The comp plan, how to place an order for a PC without a password, tax information, more product knowledge, the digital catalog link that you can send to someone, hostess coaching, follow-up. Oh my goodness, there's so much in here. So I just want to kind of pique your interest and have you go back and dig through so that you know where to find things. So there you go. Just wanted to give you a quick little tour and know what's at your fingertips. So I hope that's helpful for you, and this is all available. We definitely want to support you and create a place where we can all grow and learn together. And certainly if you see things that aren't updated or things that are missing that need to be added, let us know, and we're gonna keep growing. It's a work in progress as always, right? So there you go. Any other questions or comments that anyone would like to add?
Tammy, I don't know if my mic works.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, you can. Oh, yeah. Wonderful. I'm sorry. I thought for the last 2 weeks my mic didn't work. Hi.
Hi.
I did have a question. I recently joined with Jessica Fox. I haven't gotten started yet, mainly because the only products that I've really used so far, I went through the 30-day Healthy Living and Beyond program, which I fell in love with, but there's a whole catalog of amazing products that how do I successfully deliver a presentation without really having too much experience with anything other than the RA9 and the nutrition line?
I would just talk about what you know.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, really, that's what we all get passionate about, or is our own transformation and our own experience, our own testimonial. So that's what people are going to be, people will be excited about whatever you're excited about. It's so funny because I can go into orders and look and see what people, like my cousin in New Mexico was doing spa parties, okay, and I'm not there. I just showed her the information. She watched the videos. She took the script. She was going to do spa parties. I went and looked at what her clients were ordering, preferred clients, the people who were attending, and I knew exactly what she talked about, because whatever you talk about is what people order. So
okay.
I'm like, oh, good. She talked about skincare. She talked about nutrition. She talked about makeup. Perfect. All the bases were covered because I could tell by what people were ordering. People will order whatever you're excited about. So it's really, in my opinion, take it for what it's worth, I think the greatest thing that we as consultants can do is explain the Arbonne difference because then everything in the catalog makes sense and people will just exchange what they're already using for a pure, safer product. So I focus on, what's not in our products. I focus on, why you don't want mineral oil, why you want vegan products, why you don't want parabens, that kind of a thing. I do the concepts and then everything in the catalog makes sense. It's not like you have to really know every product or have every product available. People will look through the catalog and decide, what they need in their life. So does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Good. Good. I love it. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, we're going to close it up. I just wanted to share something that Cecilia Stoll shared with us recently on our VP call. She said that really the only thing that we have control over is our attitude and our personal activity, right? We're not in control of what people decide to buy, if they decide to buy, if they, said they wanted to join the business, but then they don't, or whatever. We really don't have control over any of that. We only have control over our own attitude of hearing the no's and still being grateful for this amazing opportunity, right? And having the attitude that, you know what, I know that there are other people out there looking for what I was looking for, more time, more freedom, more choices, and this gift of a health message, right? So I just hold that in my heart that, you know what, the people who are looking for what I was looking for are going to be attracted to this. I just have to keep talking to people. So we have control over our attitude and personal activity. That means we have control over how many calls we're making, how many text messages we're sending, and how many people we're sponsoring this month, right? Because this is going to be a huge month of sponsoring. So, and I just want to leave you with this message that what we're doing right now matters. What you do every day in your business matters. What you don't do in your business matters, because this is a compound effect kind of business. All these little things that we are doing in our business, all the seeds that we're planting, all the conversations that we're having, all the time that we're taking with people to show them the resources, it's all adding up to make our business 3 months from now, 3 years from now. You just don't know the ripple effect. This business is extraordinary in that way. I just heard recently this amazing story about how an MVP came into someone's business, and it started because it was Misty Whitfield. She went to a town 2 hours away from her, and she was intentional. She wanted to build her business in this town, and so she was intentional. She went around to different businesses, was chatting with people, handing out samples. Well, then she would get phone numbers and follow up. Well, it started from a sample pack. She then followed up with that person. She asked that person for a referral. They gave a referral. Who gave a referral? It was like 4 referrals down. She did a party. And then that party was kind of a dud. Like someone ordered the skincare set, but then called her the next day and returned it or canceled her order, never did place the order, whatever. So she's thinking, oh, but then she booked another party from that dud party. And that's where she found Venus Mosier, another MVP. So you think about it, I mean, it's kind of insanity what we do sometimes, but you just have to know that everything we do matters. Every single thing we do matters. Even if today it feels like it's not adding up, it does. It's the compound effect. So hold in your heart. Other people are looking for what we're looking for, and we have this amazing gift to share. And so I'm so excited to see all of you, the sponsoring and activity that's going on this month, and I hope that these are some resources that you can take and run and grow your business strong. So love you guys. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Good night.
Good night.